Welcome to your daily focus for February the 20th, 2020. So we have the 20th of 2020, but it isn't the same really. It's 2020, but it's more fun to say. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you, Tilly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I do send it right back to you. Well, the 20, um, I think the Superman pose right away now when I see it too. So I can't veer from that, I guess. Really envision your tomorrow. Envision your plans going forward. Envision the next couple of hours for yourself. Stand in the Superman pose. Feel that cape fluttering behind you, the wind blowing in your hair, and look forward and see your day turn out exactly the way that you want it. See your steps. And you may want to do this for the day. You may want to do this for the year. You may want to do it for the decade. So envision your goals, your dreams, your desires. The 20 does stand for turning points in your life. So this could be a day where you make some decisions or you reconstruct something in your life. I've been reconstructing all day. I've had everything. I had the sawzall going and the crowbar and the hammers and the drills and the saws. The paintbrushes were flying today. I've been working really hard. I'm sorry I'm late, but it's looking good. And this is like, I bought like a can of paint like months ago. And I had that reason, right? And I've been talking about this. And I thought, well, I better listen to my own advice, see what happens. And I just had a fantastic day doing just what I told myself to do. I told everybody to do. And it's cleaning up the clutter. Okay, so I completely stripped the front hallway right down, got rid of everything. And I had everything kind of bought for it, the new hooks and for the coats and the shelving and the can of paint, and I had it all. And, it would be done, but sometimes it was my time I used as an excuse. Sometimes I used resources as an excuse. Uh, you know, my energy sometimes. Oh, I just don't have the energy to get into a project like that. So I'm completing so that when I walk into my front door, it's beautiful, and it will be a welcome greeting every day. So I can be thankful for the front part of my house again. We have the sun in Pisces, so it's more about thought and emotion than it is about doing. So we really have to try and motivate ourselves to do. And the moon, I believe we start out with the day with Capricorn, but I think sometime after lunchtime, but before supper, perhaps for most of us, the moon will have moved into Aquarius. So we'll want to experience new and different and unique. Absolutely. If we add up the numerology for the day, it is an 8. So there is action involved whenever there's the 8. Walk with integrity, compassion. Bring your strength to the front. What you can do, what you can master, who you can become. Our first card, oh, look at this, the Tower. Talk about we may need to reconstruct today, huh? The 20 energy. Making some decisions. The Tower never shows up in a reading to take away something, or in your energy, to take away something that you need going forward. The Tower card is there to remove things that you have failed to look at, pay attention to, address yourself. And trust me, we won't like the way it's done, so we'll have wished that we took care of it earlier. So the Tower card comes and tears away something, pulls away something, tears down that wall so that you can go forward. We have the Page of Swords. Oh, watch the spontaneity here today, okay? Although she's in the second place, I kind of always want, she's this young teenager that just knows it all. I told my daughter when she was 14, I said, pretty soon, hon, I am going to get incredibly stupid. Like, you are going to have so much knowledge, and I am not going to have any. And I think it was about 16 where she first, it was the first time every daughter at some point, turns to the parent and says, "You're so stupid." And she did. And I said, "See, I told you this. Remember? We had to talk about this. I am going to be stupid. I probably will not become intelligent again until you're in your 20s. And she kind of looked at me, and now we laugh about it. But she said, "Oh, Mom," she says, "how did you know?" I said, "Well, I was there. I was a teenager once too, and you'll experience it probably yourself in due time. So get ready for it." We are very highly, strongly connected to our angels, our guides. The veil is very thin when this card comes out. So meditation, contemplation, dreaming, new moon affirmations. Know that you are deserving. I put the link for the I love you video. I apologize. The I am was for my Patreon people, and that's why I had the I am. But I did put out the I love me meditation. So I put the link for that. So I apologize. Yesterday I said I put the I am out, and I didn't put that out for everybody. So we're in thought. We want to do something. We want to get the party started. We want action. We want forward motion when this card comes out. And so in our young state here, we have to be careful that we're not just jumping into something without thinking it through. That we see it and we're just like, oh yeah, think about it, okay? Especially with the Mercury retrograde, especially because we are in full moon energy, we want to think about it before we act upon it or say it. We can't take back words sometimes, most times. We can't undo an action most times. So think it through. But your intuition should be very strong today to guide you to the right experiences. Now we have the Three of Wands. We are really looking forward today, aren't we? We are imagining our tomorrow, and we are, we are reconstructing. Once again, that word comes out, reconstructing the 20 energy. We are saying, well, what if I added this? And what if I took away that? How would that change my routine? How would that change my mornings? How would that change my afternoon? Or maybe the room in your house or your office, or one of the kids' rooms, or maybe you want to rearrange your plants. But how is the energy? Is it in harmony? When you're looking at what you are going to create or invent or rearrange or reconstruct, is there a harmony that comes with it? And we'll be going through this a lot more than actually making the decision. With this card, we kind of slow it down a little bit and we look at different perspectives of how we can accomplish what we want in life, how we can change things up to make it work for us, how we can use the energy or our time or our resources in a different way, so that we can utilize our strengths. We'll get a well-being card here. Well-being is my natural state of being. Well-being is my natural state of being. So you know what? When you wake up in the morning, this is going to be a great day. Today, I am choosing happiness. I'm choosing joy. Today, I am choosing love. Today, I am choosing to be grateful. Today, I am choosing to take time for myself, to meditate, to contemplate my future, where I'm going, who I want to become, what I want to step into. My well-being is my natural, well-being is my natural state of being. So when you practice, and it does take practice, it's very easy to become negative. It's very easy to allow the weight, the burden, to just sit there squarely on your shoulders and just weigh you right down. It's almost like we're trained from birth to do that to ourselves, rather than looking for joy and happinesses and experiences. I just saw, there was a little girl, and she was holding a little board, and it was a picture on Facebook, and it says, I chose to do it, I wanted to do it, and so I did it. And then, or something very along those lines. And then there's the parent holding the little sign that says, and now we're on timeout. So that could very well happen with this energy card. So that just kind of popped in my head. So thought I'd share it. We want to think our actions through today. We want to think our words through today, but we want to practice a little bit harder about being happy, being joyful, being grateful, being in the moment. Allowing yourself an adaptability or a flexibility and forgiveness. Let it go. What you beat yourself up about the most people don't even have a clue. So stop worrying about it and start wearing your strength on the outside, because it is an 8 energy day. Reach for the feeling of well-being first, and then everything else will fall into place. Be selfish enough to follow your bliss. Oh, that's this card. When did we have that? Follow your bliss. I made that the statement for, was it one of the eclipses? And you will tap into the natural, pure, positive essence of you. So be selfish enough to follow your bliss, which is, once again, this card. Be selfish enough to follow your bliss, and you will tap into the natural, pure essence of you. Let's see what animal we have today. Sing your song. Sing your song. The bluebird comes out, and yes, for those of you who have followed me for a long time, whenever I see a bluebird, I just know it's my dad, And I remember it was a couple of years after he had passed, and he was heavy on my heart that morning. And I was just thinking about him a lot. And it was Mother's Day, and we were all dressed up and leaving for to go to our spiritual worship center, right? And I opened up the front door, and there was a bluebird sitting on my porch. Now, bluebirds are in the area, but they're very rare around my property. So I just knew it was Dad. And so, whenever I see or hear or get to talk about the bluebird, my dad just pops in front and foremost each and every time. So, and he would also tell you to sing, create, express, and respect. He would tell me all those things. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Isn't it time you listen to that song in your heart? Bluebird tells you that you have been hiding, and now it's time for you to sing whatever song you feel. It doesn't necessarily have to be a happy tune if you're feeling sad. Honor your emotions and express them. However, Bluebird would prefer that your song turn into one of happiness and higher emotion. Bluebirds are gentle, non-aggressive creatures that tend to avoid confrontation and are patient with other kinds. If a bluebird feels threatened or upset, it stands its ground and defends itself and its own kind. So wearing your strength on the outside today. Very important. Bluebird has shown up in your reading because it feels as though you have allowed others to take what is yours, and it's now time for you to stand strong. The situation could have just arrived. It could be an argument that has lingered for years. Respect what is said, but know you need to respect your own stance too. Don't shoulder another's problems if they're not taking the same responsibility. It's important to be patient and kind with your words. You have nothing to explain. You have nothing to defend. This is your life. By following the song within your heart, you will be guided. Any frustrations and conflicts arriving in your path are to teach you patience, and then make sure that you are truly listening and not becoming misguided. Because bluebird is the color blue, it is often associated with the throat chakra and creative expression. Pick up a musical instrument, a pen, a paintbrush. If you feel you can't vocalize your song in your life, maybe another creative way will help lift that song up so that you can finally sing your song. So look for creative ways today to bring joy and happiness into your life. It really is a day for making a vision board. It's a day to write down a list of, add to your bucket list. It's a day to dream of the impossible and know that it is possible because it's already in your heart and you're already so deserving of it. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.